Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here with an update for the Walking Dead Rick Grimes movie. We had some recent interviews from some behind-the-scenes people, Greg Nicotero, Scott Gimple. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about these interviews and what they had to say about the Rick Grimes movie and how this whole delay also affects the Rick Grimes movies, because that is that's what the conversations were about. We also got some news from King Bach, who was the character at the end of Michonne's final episode. We got some information from him and what's going on with him. He was in a podcast for The Walking Dead and he talked a little bit about what's going on. So we're gonna be talking about all this in this video today. Obviously, spoiler warning in case you aren't caught up with The Walking Dead, and if you are a fan of the show, be sure to subscribe for more content. But with all that being said, let's get into it. Alright, so the Rick Grimes movie, we haven't had too much news about that as of late, but we haven't had too much news of that, and just in general. They've given us a little bit, here and there. But as we know, everything is shut down right now, and this is going to also affect the Rick Grimes movie. But according to Greg Nicotero, possibly in a good way, because they can still work on the script and fine tune it. So we're going to go ahead and read exactly what he said, and then we're going to talk about it. So he said this to Sci-Fi Wire. From what I understand from Mr. Gimple, the script is well underway. I've looked at a couple of early drafts, but I haven't seen anything lately. But from what I understand, you're digging away at it, Nicotero said in an update to Sci-Fi Wire. One thing about this kind of situation is people that work from at home, writers, they're able to take advantage of this time, and it's a good time. So that's interesting how he said that he's looked at a couple early drafts of it. Which I don't know. I think he will be involved in it regardless, because he's like the makeup and effects guy. But I'm very interested to see who's gonna direct this thing, because this is gonna be like a big budget thing. This is gonna be in theaters. This is Universal's backing this up. So I'm interested to see if they're gonna get like a feature film director, or they're gonna get someone who's been directing The Walking Dead, like Greg Nicotero. Now Greg Nicotero has directed stuff before on The Walking Dead. I don't think he's ever directed like a feature film, but he's been in the business for so long. Like, he was working like ever since the 80s. Like, he's been working on makeup and effects and stuff like that. So I think he could do it, I'm sure. But I think because they have Universal's backing on it, which is like a big distributing company, I think they're gonna try to get like a director who's worked on feature films before. But yeah, since he's looked at early drafts of it, I'm assuming he's gonna be working on it in like the special effects and stuff like that. But he could also direct it. I think he's shown himself, being able to direct on The Walking Dead. So I don't think it'll be like. I don't think it'll be a surprise if he ends up directing it, but we will see. Because I'm sure part of me also feels like maybe they want to get somebody who's like who's been following this story for a very long time. So we'll see. But a couple early drafts of it, which means they probably have this story down. I think they definitely have the story down, because they've been working on this for years. So they probably, I think they're just fine tuning that script, because again, it's a big budget thing. They have a lot of people working on this. It's gonna be in theaters. So I think they're really taking their time with the script, which I'm not complaining about. Like, I'm as excited for this Rick Grimes movie as the next person, but we have a lot of Walking Dead anyways. We have Fear, we have The Walking Dead, and we have The World Beyond. So I would rather them take their time and make it really good, and then when it's in theaters, it just blows our minds instead of just rushing it. Because I'm very excited for it, but I think it's been a very long time since Rick has even been on the show, that the show is so good now that I'm not really like itching to see it. Like, it's not like this is the only thing I want to see, because the rest of The Walking Dead is still pretty good. So I'm okay with it taking their time, but hopefully we get more trailers and stuff like that when things get back. 2020 was their biggest year. So I know right now everything's on pause, but hopefully we get like a trailer or something. But he also said this, which I'll continue. He said, I have a feeling that when people push the play button again, there's going to be a lot of material that's going to be ready to go, because everyone's getting scripts and getting stuff just right to the point where they can get it ready before you start shooting. I think there's going to be a lot of busy people, hopefully in a few weeks, question mark. So again, we don't really know when things are going to get back to normal, but he said that, everyone's getting scripts ready to begin shooting once, they're allowed to do that. So I would be shocked if The Walking Dead doesn't start shooting this year. I know right now, I've been saying this for a while, and then the whole lockdown thing happened. So I guess I wouldn't be too surprised if they wait till 2021. But just in terms of the timeline from when they announced it, I was assuming they were going to start filming in 2020. And I think that was their plan. I'm sure that was their plan because they dropped the trailer back in Comic-Con last year. That trailer, or not, that wasn't really a trailer, it was more like a teaser. That dropped back in Comic-Con, which was almost a year ago. So I'm sure they were planning to start filming in 2020. But again, everything's on lockdown now. And even when things, get back to normal, there's still going to be precautions and all that kind of stuff, social distancing. So maybe they want to wait it out to 2021, but we'll see. And this is what Gimple had to say. This is a while ago when things started shutting down. He said this to the Hollywood Reporter. Like everyone else, once we're given the all clear, we're ready to roar back. Just like with everyone else, it's a weird moment of pause, Gimple told the Hollywood Reporter in March, just days after the 3 Walking Dead shows entered into various stages of pause. There are so many people who work on these shows. Between the 3 shows, we're talking about numbering in the thousands. We want everyone safe and healthy. That's the deal. We all have to pull together to make sure everyone is safe and healthy. So that was back in March when things started, shutting down. And just an update from Gimple. So he doesn't specifically talk about the Walking Dead movies there, but just talking about how they have to stop production for everyone's safety, which, that's understandable. But yeah, these Walking Dead movies, hopefully, like I said, I'm sure they're ready to start filming. Well, maybe not exactly ready to start filming because of what Greg Nicotero said, that he's still, working on the script, but I'm sure they're almost there since they announced this way back in 2018, November 2018, which is not too far from 2 years away. So, they announced it then. And they did say when they announced it, it's going to take a while. But I'm not too worried because movies usually take a while. If you read up on, the production of some of these big movies, it literally takes years from development to scripting to filming and then post-production. So, that's why I'm not, I know some people are is this movie ever going to happen? I think it will happen. It's just that, again, this is not just a Walking Dead movie that's going to be an hour and a half on AMC. I think they're really trying to make this a big thing, especially once again, because they have Universal backing them up. So we'll see once, hopefully things get back to normal, if they give us an update or what on the filming and stuff like that. But it's not even been 2 years since they announced it. So some of these movies are in development for 3, 4, 5, 6 years. So I don't think it's going to happen with the Walking Dead movies because they're pretty active in development. But the point is, these feature films that go in theaters, take a very long time. And they haven't even done post-production yet. Think about that. They haven't even started filming yet. So, maybe even 2022. Who knows? It's difficult to say. But, and they've been pretty vague with it. They just say, we're getting there with the script. But, filming and post-production is also going to take a while. So we'll see. They do make 16 episodes of The Walking Dead in 1 year, so I still think 2021 is when we're probably going to get it. We just don't know the scale of this movie just yet, but we'll see. But I also want to talk a little bit about King Badge, who is on The Walking Dead now. I'm sure a lot of people know this now, but he was that guy at the very end of Michonne's final episode. Now, he was on the Walking Dead, on Skybound's podcast, and they asked him if he's going to return for any future films or a potential Michonne spinoff, and he said this. He said, "Am I even allowed to talk about that?" So he already knows that. Oh, man. These people on The Walking Dead, everyone always asks them questions they can't answer. But anyways, he goes on to say, yes, definitely a possibility, and there's a lot of rumors about that, Badge added, but I'll just keep it on a note so I don't get in trouble. So obviously he can't really say if he's in the movies, but I think he will be, because how look at the way that the episode ended. Like if Michonne's gonna be in the movies, or if Michonne's gonna be in the future of The Walking Dead at all, and it's gonna pick up from where that episode ended off. I mean, obviously he's gonna be there. Like, why wouldn't he be there? Just like Jadis is probably gonna be in the first Rick Grimes movie, because she was there with Rick at the end of his episode. So I think he will be there, which I think maybe that's why they brought on somebody like that, because he is really popular on the internet. Maybe they brought on someone like that because, it'll help, bring fans of him to the show or to the movies. So I don't think he's gonna be there for 2 minutes and that's it. I'm sure we're gonna see him later. But he also did confirm something about his character. Now his character's name is Bailey, and people were asking what's going on with him, why is he limping? But he said he's gonna be fine. Because he said, I think it's another secret that I cannot reveal. He said of Bailey's history, but what I can tell you is that I twisted my ankle. A lot of people think, was he bit? Is his leg gonna have to be amputated? No, your boy's gonna heal. Your boy's gonna be fine. So that's okay. He's not gonna, it's not like it was a bite or anything like that. But that was interesting how he met the characters who were he was injured and they really needed help. So maybe somebody was following them. Maybe they're running away from the CRM. I mean, the theories are endless. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. But he did say that I cannot reveal that secret. So there's something more to his limp. It wasn't just it wasn't just he tripped or something like that. I'm sure somebody was following them or hurt or hunting them or wanting to capture them, and that's why they were asking for help. But again, let me know what you guys think about that. I am gonna wrap it up there for this video. I just wanted to give you guys this update for the Rick Grimes movie. We got some interviews from a bunch of cast and crew. So again, let me know all your thoughts and opinions. I am gonna wrap it up there for this video. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Please stay safe. I appreciate all the support on these videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.